Babies! Everyone loves them, or at least I think they do. Back during X and Y's hype cycle, I remember there being this, like, leak for Heracross and Pinsir getting babies. That didn't happen, obviously, and I just can't remember what people felt about that whole ordeal. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me, because, you know, it's been a long time since we got baby Pokemon, huh? I mean, we got Toxel and Sword and Shield, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking a baby and adding it to a pre-existing line. Kind of like a Pichu or a Cleffa or a Mime Jr. sort of thing. And we haven't gotten any of those since like Gen 4, which is the gen we just got remakes for. It's been a while, and I think that kind of sucks. Like, sure, baby Pokemon don't do anything useful, but I don't care. I think there should be more baby Pokemon. In fact, I made 4 little guys in this video here that I'm gonna show you right now. Right now is in like in a second. That second being right now. Roll the clip. So the first Pokemon I drafted up was Baby Shuckle, or how I call him, Bunkle. He's a little guy. Originally I wanted to do a sort of like wormy creature trying to find its shell, kind of like a hermit crab. But for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how Shuckle's like body looked. So I just kind of scrapped that idea and went for a more simple option. I decided to have this Bunkle be more of a like little guy hiding in its shell. So all you can really see are the little pinpricks of eyes kind of looking out all scared like. I also liked Shuckle's little making a jam, making a special sauce in its shell kind of thing. And I decided to incorporate that into Bunkle by just having it do kind of the same thing, but just make a mess. You know, like a baby would. They don't know how to eat food. How do you eat food as a baby? I did like the idea of making it shy because it gave it even more of that baby impression that I'm going for. And I even took that whole berry love thing and incorporate that into the actual like evolution proper. But anyway, this is Bunkle, the bunker Pokemon. This Pokemon has an intense fear of combat, commonly hiding in its shell to blend into its surroundings. Bunkle really enjoys berries, which it'll try to find only if the area near berry bushes are clear. These Pokemon are messy eaters, often leaving scraps and juices on themselves, which lures other Pokemon to them. Bunkle hate this, but don't understand how to solve their problem. Now I love this little guy, and for its evolution method, I thought there'd be the option of either max friendship or having it eat 5 different berries in combat. It's a little funky, but if you have to hold your Switch upside down for an evolution, I don't think it's pushing boundaries too badly. Next up is Keffi, which is Baby Klefki. I didn't really start with an idea in mind for this guy, I just kind of tried to make it a different kind of lock, but that wasn't really working for me. It didn't work. So I ended up switching to the idea of taking Klefki, but making it sad. And I like the idea of it having that little like phone charm sort of bottom with the little loop and string. The only problem is it didn't really read well, because a thin string doesn't look good on a Pokemon like that. So I decided to give it more of a little strips, as it were. In the final design too, I also fixed the face a bit to make it actually look like it kind of has tears, rather than just being kind of circles and stuff. I really dropped the ball on this face originally, but we get there. If I had the opportunity, which I could, but I'm not going to because I don't feel like it, to go back, I'd give it these kind of like, I'd almost give it these fingers at the end of the strips to make it have more of a grabby look, which fits really good in with its like narrative idea, which we'll get into in just a second. And here's Keffi, the searching Pokemon. This Pokemon is almost always abandoned at birth. All it knows is that it wants a key. It will search human settlements tirelessly for them to feel complete. If it cannot get a hold of a key within a few weeks of being born, wild Keffi can die from anxiety and stress. However, with the consoling of a trainer, they can thrive even without a key. I really bullied the hell out of this one, huh? This Pokemon only has one way to like evolve, and it needs to be holding a key item. Not a key item, but some form of key that can be found either through Keefe's abilities or by taking one from like a caught Klefki that carries one. You could, of course, never give them a key, but why would you? That's like mean. Are you a bully? Are you a demon? Are you a villain? Because that's not very cool. I don't want villains to watch my videos. So, yeah. Now we're at the Pokemon that took me the longest to finish, Glorascal. This little guy is the baby for both Volby and Illumise. I always thought it was strange that they weren't connected by an evolutionary line, considering that they're already so connected. So I made it become real in Pokemon World. For this freak, I wanted it to be segmented and menacing, because while I was doing research for Firefly larvae, I found out they are kind of monsters. Like, they're carnivorous and have toxins and are way more offensive leaning than their adult counterparts, which just kind of glow and eat plant and chill and die. And I wanted to embrace that idea in my design, having it appear more hostile than its parents. The only trouble I had was that it looked a little too much like them. Like, it kind of just looks like a Volbeat, but with worse colors and no legs. So I decided to remove some stuff. I got rid of the arms, I changed its eyes back to the compound eyes I had in my sketch, and I gave it an additional set of wings to help it get that idea of being faster. I wanted it to look strong, but unfinished in a way, helping it look like a Prevo without being baby-like. Kind of like a toddler in that sense, where it's like baby-esque, but like it could be kind of bratty and punch you in the mouth. Toddlers punch people in the... I mean, they can, I guess, but... Anyway, here's Glorascal, the Firefly Pokemon. Being born with a wild temper, this Pokemon uses their great speed and hard head to ram anything that upsets them. Occasionally, people can find Glorascals unconscious below trees due to them coming to blows. If a Glorascal manages to relieve its frustration, it'll rest on a nearby bush to relax. This Pokemon often needs support from its parents, or it'll be eaten by a predator in no time. Yeah, this guy is kind of a hothead in a self-risking way. It could easily just fall asleep and then just get eaten by another guy. So it needs a little help. I think Glorascal would evolve in a very normal way by like hitting a certain level, let's say like 15 or so. I don't know if these stats are 100% balanced for it being a baby Pokemon, but I want it to be more of a speedy attacker than its parents. I don't know if there are any Pokemon who have stat drops when they evolve, but I thought it'd be interesting in this case, so I don't know. The stats are basically an afterthought, so don't ask me anything, because I don't know. I can't even win on Pokemon Showdown, because I'm stupid. Lastly, I did Carnivine, or at least I tried to, but what I came up with looked like this, and it didn't really look like a proper baby to me. It just kind of looked like a mess, so I just scrapped it and looked for greener pastures. I ended up picking Audino after reading their Pokedex entries and having a great idea for a new little baby. And they're not gonna be happy about being bored. Oopsie doodle, I did it again. I wanted Audimi to take the brilliant hearing from Audino, but not be properly ready for it. Put simply, this poor Pokemon is easily overstimulated from loud noise. I figured the most I'd need to do is simplify the body and nail the pose, which, while I generally got the pose I wanted, the body felt a little too humanoid, so I changed it out for an egg-like kind of blob. I ended up changing the pose to a sitting one, but overall the design came together pretty easily. I guess it goes to show you that having like a plan ahead of time really makes the process a lot easier. There was only one thing that I couldn't like decide on exactly, and that was the color scheme. I wanted to switch the pattern for Audimi, making its belly pink rather than the rest of its body. Basically just a flip palette of Audino. I think it looks pretty good, but I also made an alternate version with the Audino pattern instead. Feel free to let me know which one you prefer, because I'm a little torn on it personally. I feel like it's sort of a pointless change, but... are baby Pokemon pointful? Checkmate. And lastly, here's Audimi, the big ears Pokemon. Audemia are often found far away from human settlements due to their ears being overly sensitive. Even something as mundane as a bird's call will cause it to burst into tears in distress. With the help from a trainer or their parents, Audemia can use plants or man-made earmuffs to learn to subdue the noise as much as possible. Yeah, I made this one like sad, but in a way that's like hopeful in a way. As long as it has like a buddy, it can usually grow up big and happy. Which is why for Audemia, I figured the best way for it to evolve is friendship. After all, I think becoming friends with Audemia is the best way for it to like grow up big and happy and become an Audino. Just feels like it fits to me. I don't know. So there you have it. 4 baby Pokemon that no one wants, but I made anyway. I feel like a lot of them are sad in some way, but I don't know if that's my problem or babies' problem as a whole. Like, hey, maybe babies should just be less sad. Have they ever thought of that? Sorry guys, I'm just spitting facts. Anyway, if you like baby Pokemon, feel free to suggest some other Pokemon that you think deserve to take longer to be viable in the comments below. I think I might do at least one more of these, like, baby Pokemon videos, unless I become possessed to do even more or, even less. Who knows? I sure don't. Either way, have a great day and such. Subscribe or something, ding the bells and give the likes, or you could dislike since they don't exist publicly. You could just basically mail me a middle finger. Why not? I'll take it. Can take it. Okay, I'm done rambling. Enjoy my little previews. Bye.